Okay, you're ready to launch your dream business, but there's one thing standing in your way, that pesky website. You've spent countless nights agonizing over color schemes, obsessing over the perfect About Me section, and questioning every word choice. If that sounds familiar, I've got news for you. That website, it's another procrastination tool to keep you from inching closer to the success you're capable of achieving in your business.
Welcome to How to Quit Your Job, a mom's guide to creating a life and business you love. It's a podcast that helps working moms just like you optimize your time, manage your mind, and start a business that helps you create more freedom, flexibility, and yes, fun. I'm business and mindset coach Jenna Reichel, and I offer practical tips to help you ditch the 9-to-5. I've been exactly where you are, and I know what it takes to make the transition without trading one form of burnout for another. So let's get started.
Hey there, ambitious moms. Today we're tackling a topic that I know has been keeping many of you up at night, building a website for your business. You're smart, you're capable, and you know that having a professional online presence is important. But here's the thing. That website that you've been stressing over, it might be the biggest roadblock between you and your entrepreneurial dreams. So in today's episode, we're going to flip the script on everything you thought you knew about launching a business online. We'll explore why obsessing over a perfect website might be sabotaging your success, like it did mine in 2017, which I'll share more about. And I'll share some amazing alternatives that will get you out there connecting with clients instead of stuck behind your screen after bedtime when you'd rather be watching the Orioles. And I realize that's just me, but I have no idea what people are watching nowadays. I have an early bedtime. And if I fail to convince you that you probably don't need a website right now, I'm going to let you in on some secrets on how to build a website the smart way. So grab your favorite drink, and whether you're on a quick stroller walk, on your commute, or connected to your best friend, the breast pump while you're listening, of course, multitasking, you badass. Let's get to it. It's 2 a.m. The kids are finally asleep, and you're hunched over your laptop, agonizing over whether to use passionate entrepreneur or dedicated business owner in your About Me section. Let me tell you a secret. I have been there, and so have countless other moms I've worked with. We think that a perfect website is the key to a legitimate business. But here's the cold, hard truth. It's often just a very pretty procrastination tool. Now, I want to share a personal story with you because I've been exactly where you are. Back in 2017, I was a newly certified coach, bursting with enthusiasm and ready to change the world. I thought I knew exactly what I needed to do first. I needed to build a website so people could find me, of course. It should have been easy. After all, my husband actually had a side gig building websites. So how hard could it be, right? I had his support and everything. Oh, how naive I was. I bought the domain. It was wandering into wellness at the time. And let me tell you, our businesses evolve as much as we do. I sat down at my computer, fingers hovering over the keyboard, ready to create my digital masterpiece. And then nothing, absolutely nothing. I stared at that blank screen, feeling a wave of inadequacy wash over me. Every attempt to make progress felt like wading through quicksand. Days passed and my website remained a barren digital wasteland. But it wasn't just my website that was stuck. My entire business dream had ground to a halt. That website became my entrepreneurial Everest. And with each failed attempt to create it, my self-doubt grew as well. The voice in my head got louder. If you can't even figure out a simple website, how are you going to run a business? Are you really cut out for this? After a few days of this mental torture, I simply gave up. I told myself that if I were truly meant to be an entrepreneur, building a website wouldn't be such an insurmountable challenge. I retreated to the safety of my corporate job, my dreams of coaching tucked away in a drawer labeled maybe someday. Looking back now, I want to reach through time and shake that version of myself. I want to tell her that a website doesn't define her worth as a coach or an entrepreneur. I want to show her all the lives she could have impacted if she hadn't let this one obstacle derail her entire journey. But here's the silver lining. That failure in 2017, it became the foundation for my eventual success. When I finally took the leap a few years later, I had those hard-earned lessons under my belt. I knew the pitfalls to avoid, and more importantly, I knew that my value as a coach had nothing to do with my ability to design a snazzy website. So if you're sitting there right now, staring at a blank screen and feeling the same sense of inadequacy creeping in, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not alone. Your worth as an entrepreneur is not measured by your web design skills. And more importantly, the world needs what you have to offer, and you can offer it with or without a website. Thinking we need to build a perfect website in order to offer our value to the world is a detrimental trap for so many reasons. Okay, first of all, it's a time sink. Those hours you're spending tweaking font sizes, that's time you could be using to reach out to potential clients or refine your services. You know, the stuff that matters. We also tend to have perfectionism paralysis because we think that, since it's on the internet, everyone in the world will see it and judge us. The quest for the perfect website often leads to no website at all, and no clients either. It's also a source of misplaced focus for so many businesses. Early in your business, your energy is better spent on networking and directly connecting with potential clients, not on crafting the perfect online presence. Yes, there are some businesses that need a website because of the type of business itself. But in my experience, those folks usually outsource it because the website itself really is the business. For anyone in the service industry, the website really doesn't need to be a main focus at the beginning of your business. Really, what I want to argue in this episode is that you don't even need a website to start your business or sign your first client. It's time for some tough love, a reality check that all of us need about websites. First, they're not magic client magnets, especially when you're just starting out. People aren't going to stumble upon your website and instantly become clients. It doesn't work that way. Even though I thought for sure when I pressed publish on my website that people would be scheduling discovery sessions with me immediately, right? The second thing is face-to-face always beats interface. And what that means is that there's nothing more powerful than meeting people in person and explaining what you do. Your passion and expertise will shine through far more effectively than any perfectly crafted website copy. Because truthfully, people aren't even reading the website entirely, I promise. The third thing is you can have success without a site. And I mentioned this before, but you can absolutely build a business without a website. I've seen moms sign clients with only a LinkedIn page. There are a few things that I do think you absolutely need in order to streamline the important things early on. These are things outside of the website. You must have a scheduling link. This is your secret weapon. It makes booking calls and meetings effortless. So whether you're networking or talking to potential clients, set this up before you even think about a website. I've never used Calendly personally, but I know they offer free options, and I'm pretty sure Google also has scheduling features within its calendar. So there's really no excuse not to. You also need a way for people to contact you. This could be as simple as a professional email address, or you can sign up for a free Google phone number if phone is better. If you want to be able to speak to people face to face, I recommend getting something like a Zoom account. Again, they have free options, but also Microsoft Teams on Google is free as well. Lastly, you want to think about a clear, concise description of what you do. I talked about this a little bit in episode 7, all about networking. But whether it's in your email signature or how you introduce yourself to people when you meet, maybe even at the playground, you need to be able to articulate your business clearly. So go to jenna.coach/7 to revisit some of the resources from the Networking for Mom Entrepreneurs episode because I talk a lot about how you introduce yourself in that episode. But ultimately, keep it simple. And yes, if you're selling products, you will likely need a website. But even then, I would consider using platforms that already exist, like Etsy, Amazon, or Shopify to help you in the early stages so the website doesn't become a procrastination trap. Speaking of, I also want to share some great alternatives to traditional websites that offer a lot of value without a huge time or cost commitment. Okay, some of my favorites are alternatives like Linktree or Hi Hello, which I will link to in the show notes. So go to jenna.coach/21 for all of these goodies in this episode. But Linktree or Hi Hello, these are both platforms that allow you to create a simple, mobile friendly landing page with links to your most important information. They're perfect for including in your social media bios. The links can include your scheduling link that I've convinced you need to set up first. It can have your email address and maybe even a freebie that you offer that shows the value you can provide people. Another option for a website alternative is a simple single page landing page. So instead of a multi-page website, consider a single well-designed page that maybe includes a compelling headline about what you do, a quick paragraph about you, the core services or products that you offer, maybe some testimonials if you have them, and a clear call to action, right? Usually to book a call or consultation. Hint, hint, we are utilizing that scheduling link again. You can build that landing page right in Google so that you have a one pager right now that you can send people instead of spending months on an official website. Hey moms, just jumping in real quick. If what I'm sharing resonates with you and you're ready to make real changes in your life, I'd love to support you. Through my one-on-one coaching program, I help moms just like you create the strategy and accountability needed to build a business and life you love. Ready to explore what's possible? The link to apply for a free strategy session is in the show notes. And if you're not quite ready for coaching, please join our free Mom Entrepreneur Circle, a community of moms who get it. All the links are waiting for you in the show notes. Go to jenna.coach/episode number to check it out. Now, let's get back to today's episode. Another alternative is that you can also optimize your social media pages to be functional spaces for people to get in touch with you. While I don't recommend relying solely on your social media profiles, LinkedIn or a Facebook business page can serve as a professional online presence. If you're someone who's at the early stages of starting a business and is feeling blocked because they can't figure out how to build a website, like Jenna in 2017, choose one of these alternatives and set it up in an afternoon, right? The key is to have something simple that clearly communicates what you do and how people can get in touch with you and work with you. Remember, you can always expand later, and you absolutely will expand later, but don't let it be a roadblock early on. And I definitely recommend expanding on it once you have figured out a way to build confidence in yourself and your business without a website. Creating a website can be a really fun part of the business, but we want to make sure that it's not holding us back. We can't use a website as an excuse to not follow our dreams like I did back in 2017. Okay, so if I have not convinced you that you don't need a website, and if you've decided that you do in fact need one, or you're ready to take that step, here's how to do it without losing your mind or all of your time. Number one, keep it simple. You only need a few key pages. I recommend a homepage where it has your elevator pitch and clear call to action, an About Me page that shows your story and why you're qualified to help, a services page, what you offer and for who, and how people can get in touch with you, right? A contact page or a scheduling link. The second thing is to absolutely embrace fluidity. So think of your website as a living document, not something that is set in stone. This mindset will help you resist perfectionism and actually get it launched. The third thing is to choose the right platform. So look for ease of use and good support. I've had great experiences with Squarespace. So Squarespace is super user friendly, though I really hate the support, honestly. It's mostly article based. So I ask a question and they send me an article. And as a hands on learner, that does nothing for me. But that being said, the platform itself is really user friendly and they make building a website easy. I'll also say that I've used Entreport as well. And this platform is less ideal for building a website, but it has unparalleled customer support. So that team is there to screen share with you, and a live person will be there to help you with literally any question. I'm sure that team hates me because I treat them like my own tech department, but it's why I'm a loyal customer. Entreport isn't meant for website building. They're more of a CRM, but they do offer landing page options that could very much suffice. And it's not as user friendly or beautiful as Squarespace pages, but it gets the job done. And again, they have amazing customer support. The fourth thing is I want you to consider outsourcing. Okay. If tech isn't your strong suit, it might be worth hiring someone to set up the basic structure. You can always learn to update content yourself later. In episode 5, I talk about how to create time and energy to build your business. And one of the things I talk about that's key is delegating. And if you are able to delegate things like building your website, it will save you so much time and energy. And yes, there is a cost, but it is more of an investment. Okay. Once you have that website built, it is going to be something that is a huge weight off of your shoulder. And getting somebody else who is tech savvy and who does this for a living will absolutely make the entire process more streamlined and the final product probably more functional. I want you to remember that some expenditures in your business are going to be investments. You pay for someone to build you a beautiful website, and it saves you a ton of time and will function for the lifetime of your business, which pays dividends in the long run. Remember, you will absolutely update and improve your website as you go and as your business evolves. That's why having a website at the very start of your business can also sometimes trap you, especially if you're still figuring out things like your niche and what your business looks like on the whole. So, what I really want you to take away from this episode is a few things. Number one, your website is not your business. Your expertise, your passion, and your ability to solve problems for your clients, that's your business. And if your website is your business, you're definitely going to want to hire someone to build it. But if your website is your business, you already know that, hopefully. Number two, you don't need a perfect website to start. In fact, obsessing over one might hold you back from real progress with finding clients and building connections that lead to revenue. I recommend getting out there, networking with people, talking to people face to face about your business, and setting up one-on-one coffee chats using that scheduling link I told you about. Number three, alternatives like Linktree, simple landing pages, or even optimizing your social media profiles can be powerful tools to establish your online presence right now instead of spending a lot of time and labor on building a website. Number four, if you do build a website, keep it simple, embrace imperfection, and get it live quickly. You can always improve it later. And remember, just because you click publish does not mean all eyes are on it, right? It's actually really hard to get a lot of people to your website. So click publish and embrace imperfection and know that it's a fluid document. Your time is precious. So prioritize activities that directly connect you with potential clients over endless website tweaking. Now, here's what I want you to do next. If you've been stuck in website limbo, give yourself permission to put it aside. Instead, set up a simple scheduling link and create a basic online presence using one of the alternatives I mentioned. Take the time you've reclaimed and use it to reach out to 3 potential clients or attend 1 networking event this week. Remember that direct connection is where the magic will truly happen. You want to meet people and tell them how you can help them. And before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to recognize you. The mom who's listening to this while folding laundry or during your commute or in those precious few minutes of quiet after the kids are in bed. I just want you to know that I see you. I see the way you're juggling a million responsibilities, from packing lunches to managing households to excelling in your career. I see the late nights you spend researching and planning, trying to figure out how to turn your dreams into reality. I also see the guilt you feel when you take time for yourself and the fear that whispers, what if this doesn't work? What if I'm not good enough? In those quiet moments. But most of all, I see your strength, your resilience, and your incredible potential. This journey of building a business while raising a family isn't easy. There will be days when it feels impossible, when the website won't cooperate, when a client cancels, or when a child gets sick, just as you're about to launch something big, which I'll talk about in next week's episode. But remember this, every small step you take, every challenge you overcome is shaping you into the entrepreneur and the mother you're meant to be. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't need a perfect website or a flawless business plan. What you need is already within you. Okay? Just the passion to make a difference, the skills you've honed over the years of problem solving as a mom, and the dream that brought you here in the first place. So tonight, as you're lying in bed, running through your mental to-do list for tomorrow, I want you to add one more thing. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate the small victories. And remember that you're not just building a business. You're showing your children what it means to chase your dreams, to preserve and to create a life you love. Okay, you've got this. And I am right here cheering you on every step of the way. Please reach out. Let me know what you want to hear more of, and know that I will be here next week in your ear, cheering you on as well. I'll see you next week, Mama. Before we wrap up today's session, I want to talk to the mom who's been nodding along, feeling seen and understood. Maybe you've been thinking about leaving corporate and building your own business, but you're not sure where to start, or if it's even possible with everything else on your plate. I'm here to tell you it's possible. I've helped moms go from a vague business idea to replacing their corporate income, and I've supported others in discovering their passion and signing their first client, all while balancing working in corporate and balancing family. My one-on-one coaching program is intimate support and helps you develop the strategy and accountability you need to move your business forward. As a mom myself, I understand the unique challenges we face in prioritizing our own needs. And that's exactly why I specialize in working with moms just like you. If you're ready to explore what's possible, there's a link in the show notes to apply for a free strategy session. This isn't a pushy sales call. It's a genuine conversation to see if we're a good fit for each other. And if you're not quite ready for one-on-one coaching, you can join our free Mom Entrepreneur Circle, a supportive community of other moms who are on this same journey. The link to join is in the show notes as well. Remember, you don't have to figure this out alone. Whether it's through the podcast, our free community, or working together one-on-one, I'm here to help you create a life and business you love. Now go take that next step. Whether it's big or small, just take it. I'll be here next week with more strategies and support to help you along the way. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of How to Quit Your Job, a mom's guide to creating a life and business you love. If you want to learn more about how I can help you stop making excuses and start making moves, head on over to www.jenna.coach. I'll see you next week.